Focusing on 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. We actually started it last week. I just wanted to post a video with the different strategies we use. The students can use whichever one they want as long as they can solve it using one of the strategies. So we're going to go over the traditional way, which is most likely how you learned it in school, equal groups, and then repeated addition. When we're doing 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication, the highest we have to go in 3rd grade is 99 times 5. So we don't have to do any multiplication higher than times 5. So we won't have to do anything times 6 or 7 for 2-digit by 1-digit. And by 2-digit by 1-digit, I mean there's a 2-digit number with a 10s and a 1s, and then just a 1-digit number. All right, so let's go ahead and look at an example. So if I have 75 times 3. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to solve it for this problem. So I'm going to show you the traditional way first. So the traditional way is to do 5 times 3 first, and I have the kids circle 5 times 3. If they are not fluent in it, they can do 5 groups of 3 or 3 groups of 5, whatever they want. So they can multiply 5 times 3, and then put their 3 dots. And if they added them up, they would have 15. So they would put the 5 in the ones place, carry the 1 next door. Then our next step is to multiply the tens place by the ones place in the bottom number. So we're going to do 7 times 3. We already have 5 groups here, so if we needed to, we could add 2 more. So now we have 7. We know this is 15, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21, we got to add this 1. So 21 plus 1 is 22. So they would just put 22. So the answer would be 225. So let's go ahead and solve this same exact problem doing equal groups. So if I were going to do equal groups, and I have 75 times 3, when we were at the beginning of the year, we learned what draw form was. So we had to be able to use the draw form for 75. So a rod equals 10, and a dot equals 1. So we're going to have 3 groups of 75. So I told them to always put the small number in the front because we don't want to have to draw 75 groups of 3. That would take a real long time compared to 3 groups of 75. So we're going to do our 3 groups. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to put 75. We're not going to put 75 dots because that would take a long time. We're going to use our rods and our dots for 10s and 1s. So since there's a 7 in the tens place, we're going to draw 7 rods. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then for the 5 in the ones place, we're going to do 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have to count these up. So we already know in one circle there is 75. So we don't have to count the first circle. We know it's going to be a 75. So now we're going to count the next circle into 75. So we're going to count up from 75. So this is 10. So 85, 95, 105, 115, 125, 135, 145, and then these are ones, so 146, 147, 148, 149, 150. All right, and I'm going to put 150 so I don't lose my count. And then I'm going to go ahead and count my last circle from 150. So 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 221, 222, 223, 224, 225. So I got the same answer as I got the first time. And sometimes it's good if the students do two ways. That way they can check their work. Because if they get the same answer twice, that means they did it right. If they get one answer one time and a different answer the second time, they probably did something wrong. Alright, so here is how we do equal groups. So it's just like when we did it with regular. So we did 3 groups of 75. And then we counted all the things. So let's go ahead and look at our final way, which is repeated addition. Alright, so now we're going to look at repeated addition. So for repeated addition, we're going to have the number 75. We're going to add it together 3 times. So we're going to add this top number however many times the bottom number tells me. So it tells me to add it 3 times, so I'm going to do 75. I'll show you vertically, then I'll also show you horizontally, because some kids like to do it horizontally. So this is 2 times, so 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry my 1 next door. 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 1 is 150. So 150. And that's 2 times, so I got to add it 1 more time. So plus 75 one more time. We got to make sure we keep our 1s lined up and our 10s lined up and our 100s lined up. Whoops. So 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12, so I'm going to put my 2. Carry my 1 next door. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I got 225 again. So this is repeated addition. The first number is the one you're going to add. The second number tells you how many times to add it. So it told me 3 times. So I added it 1, 2, 3 times. And that was vertically. So let me show you what it would look like horizontally, since some students do like it horizontally better. All right. So we'd still do it 3 times. So 75 plus 75 plus 75. They would add the first 2 together. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Put my 0. I'm going to carry my 1 so I don't forget it. 7 plus 7 is 14. Plus 1 is 150. I'm going to bring down my last 75. So 150 plus 75. Then I'm going to add them together. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. So I'm going to put my 2. Carry my 1. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. So I got the same answer. 225. Those are the 2 ways you can do repeated addition. Some students like vertically, some prefer horizontally. So again, those are the 3 ways we've learned to do 2-digit by 1-digit. Your student can pick whichever one they want, whichever one they're more comfortable with. They don't have to do all 3 of them. Please let me know if you guys have any questions.